a real saloon, excuse me. Pardon me, sir. Oh, let's see. One Mai Tai, please. Oh, look at us. 3 cowboys just sitting in a saloon in Rios, New Mexico. It's so romantic. Gentlemen, what brings you chaps here?
I'm out here looking for oro.
Oh.
Gold, silver, turquoise. I'm looking for the finest jewels and metals that the desert has to offer.
Gold. I'm looking for black gold. Precious liquid oil. Want to get it straight from the ground.
Is there a problem, senor?
No, it's so quaint. It's just that those are low-hanging fruit. What I am after, gentlemen, is men. I am looking to set up a new venture. When you leave here tonight, where is it that you will sleep?
Got a coach that I will sleep in.
In a tent. On the ground.
You're the real deal. I love it. What if you went to a nice, cozy room, a feather bed, fresh sheets, a little towel animal, and a mint on your pillow when you lay your head down to sleep in a familiar place, much like your own
A house.
Say that again.
House.
Oh! A Harvey house. Yes, I will call it a Harvey house.
Let us continue to check in and see how our ventures are faring.
Cheers, chaps.
Antonio Ant-Man Anthony here. I was down at a party in Ruidoso. Lil Hungry was telling me this crazy story about this guy who I'd never heard about named Fred Harvey.
It's this crazy story that I heard one time that happened real close here. There's this house, and it used to be like this bed and breakfast. They let this guy stay there one time. His name was Fred Harvey. He was like a little bit weird. He was kind of like this scientist. But one day he was looking at some pine cones through a magnifying glass and he set them on fire. But like when he set them on fire, it like made him go crazy. In the middle of the night, he like woke up all crazy. He starts going around the house, making all kinds of crazy noises. The family starts waking up. He hits Timmy and like knocks him down, but he doesn't die or nothing. And like the sheriffs and stuff are like coming. They like stare each other's right in the eye. The deputy's like, "Not my town, Fred Harvey." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Crazy Fred. This is Harvey's house now." The deputy quick draws him, nails him with one shot. The only survivor from the Harvey house was Timmy. I forget the name, but it's like Timmy from the bed and breakfast. All he could say was, "Harvey."
Hungry, when you told me this story the other night, it really spoke to me.
Yeah.
But now I kind of feel like that's not quite who Fred Harvey is.
Oh, you know what? You said Fred Harvey, huh? This was Harvey Howie. This is a different Harvey. Frankie Harvey.
Frankie Harvey Howie.
Sometimes he went by Howie.
Lil Hungry, that was a cool story. I don't know how much I believe in it. You lighted a spark in my belly. I'm going to figure out who Fred Harvey was.
But if you ever want to go see the Frankie Harvey house, let me know and I'll take you out there. Thanks for having me, Anthony.
Adios.
Tell your mom I say bye.
We are here at the Harvey house in Belen. We are here with Marty, Fred Harvey's great-great-great-granddaughter. She is a literal Harvey girl, right?
No.
Okay, my mistake. You're not related to Fred Harvey.
I am not.
But do you know about Fred Harvey?
I know a lot about Fred Harvey.
You're like a real expert.
I am.
Guys, Chano, we did it.
Fred Harvey was born in England in 1835.
So he's not New Mexican.
He's not.
Okay, let's go. Let's leave.
He came to the United States when he was 15. He did not have any hotel or restaurant background. His father was actually a tailor, but for some reason Fred Harvey wanted to own a restaurant, and he worked for many years, saved his money, and started a chain of restaurants in 1878.
Like, I kind of avoid chains. But this was like,
This
was like the first chain?
I think it was. This was top of the line food, top of the line service. He approached the adjacent Topeka Railway in 1876 with a deal. If they would build the hotels and restaurants, he would share a percentage of the profits. Railroad workers could eat for free, and the railroad would transport anything he wanted along the rails. Train food or stops along the rails it was horrible. So it was really geared towards the train passengers, but these were all open to the public, and anyone that lived nearby or drove by could certainly go in.
Like, when I picture the West, I picture like a dirty, dusty saloon with like a creepy piano playing that's like a little off tune, and like people getting shot outside and drinking whiskey and having like rabbit stew or something like that.
That's basically what they had.
Okay.
Back together again. A successful miner, a well-to-do oil man. Well, how did you chaps sleep last night?
Yeah, it was great. The mint really did the trick, you know, and I just love the towel swan.
Oh
Yeah.
So cute.
Took
So
me
cute.
so
Beautiful.
long
Cheers.
to learn. What did you eat for lunch? Surveying your field and your mine.
Some tack and some beef jerky. Nada especial.
I had a can of beans, because I like gas.
Bet you do. Won't like it so much in the future.
What?
Picture this. The finest meals this side of the Mississippi. Roast lamb, duck on occasion, turkey, Thanksgiving every day, a nice ham sandwich with bread, a thick slice of ham, more bread, cheese, and then another slice of bread. If you invest in the Fred Harvey Company, you will be buying into a line of restaurants that will serve good meals quickly at every railroad station along the adjacent Topeka and the Santa Fe line.
So you're saying that this food is going to be, rápido y bien?
See, compadre.
I mean, I'm so used to waiting for good food, or like getting meh food right away. But I've never had fast food.
Say that again. Say that again right now before I rip your tongue out.
Fast food.
That's it. Fast food. Oh, ha, ha. Fast food.
Live lobster, roast spring lamb, I mean, and the prices. You can't pull up a menu, Chano. Where did he get all that from the railroad line?
He would buy a lot from locals, the fresh game, meat, fish.
New Mexico is famous for its lobster, so that makes sense.
Well, he had a refrigerated train car.
Okay.
So he would ship fresh oysters and lobster from the East Coast and the Gulf Coast out to the Southwest. There was a trained chef in every Harvey house. A lot of them came from Europe.
Is this what it would look like?
Yes.
And is this the
This-
original, or is
No,
this just example? Because I heard that he had good, like, China tastes.
He
like
did.
special Harvey House China, right?
There was. It was all made from the Syracuse China Company. And the destination Harvey houses, the hotel restaurants, they all had different dish patterns. And we have a number of original dishes here at the museum.
He must have had good tastes for a tailor's son. Where did his vision come from?
I really don't know where that came from. It was just something in him, like any inventor, I guess. He really had everything down to the detail.
How old was he when he made this deal?
He was around 40.
Okay,
When
it's not too late, Chano.
He started the chain of hotels and restaurants from Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas out
Okay.
to California. So over the years, he had around 50 hotel restaurants, 30 restaurants, and some dining cars.
Okay. Oh, so then even on the railroad, he would
Yes.
have like the Harvey car. We're doing a new segment today called
Chano's experts in cars, talking history. There's our expert.
Hey!
How you doing?
Hey!
Oh, thank you.
Chano.
Huh.
What was that?
That's my girlfriend.
You're dating Harvey Girl?
No, she's not a Harvey girl. She's not. She's too young.
Yeah, I'm just related to one.
Cool, yeah,
Awesome.
let's do it. Tell us a little bit about the history of this car.
So this is a Honda Fit. It's a 2008. And
It's vintage, right?
It's vintage. Oh yeah, this one's really vintage. The bumper's taped on really good.
Sweet.
So, my name's Andee Schray,
Okay.
and my great-grandmother Alice was a Harvey Girl. She worked at El Navajo, the Harvey House in Gallup. My grandma told me the one thing that she remembers from her mom working at the Harvey House was that the back of her pantyhose, the seam, had to be immaculate. El Navajo was designed by Mary Coulter. Mary Coulter was one of the premier architects for the Harvey Houses. She built 23.
Wait, a woman?
Yes, she also designed the interiors, and she was really exceptionally talented. She knew Fred Harvey's daughter, said, "You have to hire this woman." So they did. She struggled getting as much respect as the male architect. Sometimes she wasn't even included on the list of people who worked on buildings, or she was referred to as a designer. So she worked for the Harvey Company for almost 40 years. Mary drew a lot of her inspiration from the indigenous art and culture. So at the time, referred to the Indian Wars, had just sort of come to a conclusion. So the railroad said, let's get some people out here. Let's get some tourism. They created the Southwest as this tourist destination. The trains were viewed as this safer way, this reliable way to travel. So the Harvey Houses came along with the railroad and this idea of driving tourism. So there was a form of jewelry. It was called the Fred Harvey era jewelry.
So it's like fake native jewelry?
Yeah, kind of. The local people made a heavier kind of jewelry, harder jewelry to make by hand, but they wanted to sell the Indian jewelry in the Harvey Houses and their little gift shops. People preferred lighter jewelry. They led what were called Indian detours, where they would put people from the hotels into a car and they would drive them around to the pueblos, the local communities, and that would be the entertainment.
That sounds so racist.
So it's a little bit, there's a challenge there. Mary Coulter made an effort to include indigenous artists. They also would commission very accomplished indigenous artists. Artists like Maria and Julian Martinez, who made special kinds of black-on-black pottery. So they were from the San Ildefonso Pueblo. Going back around to El Navajo, there were some concerns from the local people who didn't want their art to be appropriated without the respect that it deserved. So Mary worked with them to get reproductions of authentic sand paintings. They were put up on the walls of El Navajo. However you look at all of that, at the end of the day, in 1957, the building and all of its paintings were demolished to make room for the expansion of Route 66.
You said you were going to show us a Harvey house?
Yeah. So I've been looking around to try and find old Harvey houses, and it turns out they're all over the place.
Okay.
Right. So I'm taking you guys right now to an old Harvey house.
Okay, check it out. Wait. This is the old Harvey house?
No, not that building. This is Field Elmire. I think this one was the old Harvey house.
What? Chano. This is a Pizza Hut.
Harvey houses were like the first chain restaurants. So like, they all looked alike. That's why you see so many buildings that look like that everywhere. Because they used to be Harvey houses, but I guess maybe they were Harvey Huts or something.
This isn't a Harvey house.
Yeah, tell me about the spooky lady.
The Harvey Girls were the waitresses for the restaurants. And they did not do any cooking. They did not do any dishes. They served the food. Every Harvey house had a manager and a house mother.
Okay.
The Harvey Girls always lived on or near the premises. premises. The uniforms were very conservative, cross between a nun and a nurse.
But I hear Harvey was very intense about the uniform.
He was. He didn't want any misconception what that house full of young ladies was doing.
Sure. Did men show up with the wrong idea?
There was no misunderstanding. Fred Harvey was...
The railroad still goes through here?
Those are freight trains. 120 freight trains a day.
A day?
Back in the day when this was
Sure.
operating, there was one passenger train a day.
Well, that's so cool. I didn't even know trains still existed. I thought I had read that at first he had male waiters.
He did. But that changed.
They weren't as cute.
They were not. And they didn't like the dresses. But actually it changed in Raton, New Mexico. Fred Harvey and his business partner liked to make surprise visits. And they went to Raton, which was staffed by male employees. And they were bruised, hungover, drunk, from brawling and partying the night before.
Well, that sounds like my kind of restaurant.
So they fired them all and started the Harvey Girls.
It's very good to be back here at the saloon where we all first met those many years ago. Now, gentlemen, how do your investments fare?
The Harvey Houses are doing quite well. The restaurants, however, have run into a bit of a problem. The men out west are of an eccentric sort, keep getting into shootouts and shenanigans. I've decided that from here on out, my Harvey Houses will be served and attended to by women.
Hey!
Sign me up, mister.
Same, right here, senor. Me too.
Yeah, so do we pick them or do they go to our room?
Oh my God, no, absolutely not. Oh, listen, they will serve you food, coffee, clean your room without you in there exclusively. If there is to be a gentleman caller, they may visit during their days off between the hours of 9 to 4 under the supervision of what I would like to call the senior girl. These women will have impeccable uniforms, as if they are mixed between a nurse and a nun. They're to tend your soul, your stomach, your heart, and your mind. They will be forbidden from marrying within the very first year.
Why?
As I have stated, these Western men are all outrageous. If they want to get married, they're going to have to work for it, like everybody else. I will look after these young ladies as if they are my own daughters.
They're like Harvey's girls.
Say that again, right now.
Harvey Girls.
Yes, that's it. I will call them Harvey Girls. That's what I'll call them. Harvey Girls.
Harvey Girls.
Harvey Girls.
Harvey Girls. Harvey Girls.
Harvey Girls. Harvey Girls.
Where did these ladies come from?
Well, a lot of them came from the Midwest,
Okay.
and there were ads in the paper between the ages of 18 and 30,
Sure.
and they were to be single. So he opened up.
Well, now, why did he want them to be single?
Well, because the Harvey Girls lived on a premises. That was part of their employment package, their room and board.
Oh, so you're making money and you don't have to pay for rent.
Right.
You don't have to pay for your dinner,
Right.
your food.
Right.
So you're just making money. It's like you're working on a cruise ship.
Now, the chefs, dishwashers, busboys did not live on the premises. They lived elsewhere.
Did they fall in love with the Harvey Girls?
They did.
Never meant to.
But Fred Harvey opened up wonderful opportunities for women at that time period. Women did not have a lot of job opportunities. Early on, they were paid $17.50 a month. But teachers at the time were paid $12 a month.
I feel like most women were becoming teachers back. That's
They
kind of
were
around.
teachers,
Yeah.
librarians, nannies, or they stayed on the farm.
What? Mary, they're hiring women! What? Women! I don't understand! Mary! They're hiring girls, Mary. We can get jobs, real jobs, and we can make money that's all our own, and we get to ride on a train.
To where?
New Mexico.
But I've never left Iowa before.
Oh, forget Iowa, Mary.
I don't
Oh no. Mary, look at yourself.
Dad, I'm going to New Mexico.
Huh?
New Mexico!
They all kind of had their own culture, right? Like, this wasn't the uniform in every house.
It was in the beginning.
Some of the houses went rogue.
There were some variations.
Okay.
The Alvarado in downtown Albuquerque, they did have the Fiesta dress, the top with a lot of rickrack on it,
Okay.
and big broomstick skirts. They were wearing jewelry.
Oh,
But
which they weren't supposed to wear.
they were not. They were advertising what they could buy in the gift shop.
Oh, I see. Got a house full of ladies, and they're all by themselves out here in the West. So, like, do they sneak out? They get up into shenanigans?
There is an interesting story about La Fonda in Santa Fe. The Harvey Girls went out for an evening of dancing and listening to music. They got in way past their curfew, so they tried to sneak in their dorm rooms from the outside, so they didn't wake up the house mother. They were trying to crawl in one of the windows, and some had already gotten in, and one gal was having trouble, so they were pulling from the inside and pushing from the outside, and then the house lights came up. And the house mother said, well, I thought you would like some light on the subject. So they got busted.
Bertha, wake up! Melanie is missing! She's not in her bed!
Quiet yourself before you wake young Nellie.
Young Nellie's gone too! I'm freaking out right now, Bertha. We must alert Dorm Mother!
Are you crazy? We can't tell her. They'll get in trouble.
They're already in trouble! They've been kidnapped!
Or they could have snuck out.
'Tis after 10 p.m. Dorm Mother wouldn't allow it!
Exactly.
Are you implying that Dorm Mother was involved? Oh, how maniacal! How devious! How sinister! How brilliant!
I don't think...
Dorm Mother could burst in this room at any moment. Yes. Let us investigate the case of the Harvey Girls and the missing Harvey Girls.
Is this from one of your books?
Shh! Quiet! Come on! Oh, it appears Dorm Mother has replaced young Nellie's body with a bunch of pillows. Clever. She's trying to stop our investigation. Look! Look! They tied the sheets together leading out the window. Oh, they probably scooped young Nellie up, took her out the window, climbed down the wall of the Harvey house. They're probably eating a skull right now, sucking the marrow out of her bones.
Or they went to the honky-tonk bar across the tracks to see the dancing cowboys.
Dancing cowboys?
Yeah, with the boots and jeans.
Butts and jeans?
That too.
Why didn't they invite us? Young Nellie knows I love butts and jeans. That's all I talk about. Come on, let's continue our investigation across the street. Butts and jeans!
The first Harvey house was built when?
1878.
When did the final Harvey house close?
1970. It was all family owned for 94 years. The grandchildren did not want to continue on the business.
I heard they sold it to a Hawaiian company.
Exactly. And FAC out of Hawaii.
Is there anything sort of still left of the Fred Harvey company, or is it, for the
No.
most part, it's all gone?
It's gone. It's gone. There is nothing under the Fred Harvey company
Sure.
name except, this museum.
We're all here, Dad. Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable?
You've made me comfortable enough. Being your father has made me the richest of men.
Oh, Dad.
Though I could have used a little bit more money.
Not to worry, Dad. We'll keep the family business going.
Before I go, I must tell you something.
Tell us your final words of wisdom, Father.
Listen.
Go on.
Are you hearing?
We're listening.
What are you saying?
Look, it concerns them. You must cut
Your Mai Tai. Thank you. Give him his Mai Tai.
Oh, so good. You must cut the ham. You must. If you do not do this, ruin will be brought upon the Fred Harvey Company. You must cut the ham.
Thinner? Cut the ham thinner?
Surely he meant thicker.
He said thicker.
I think he said thinner.
Thicker, like to attract more guests?
No, thinner, to stretch out the supply.
Yeah, I think he said thicker.
How are you supposed to eat a sandwich with thicker ham and an extra piece of bread?
Thicker.
Yeah.
Thinner.
Why would we cut the ham thinner?
You can't possibly cut the ham any thinner.
He said cut the
Thicker.
thinner.
Thicker.
Thinner.
Thinner.
Cut the ham thinner. There you go. Cut the ham thinner.
Thinner. Thinner. Guess we'll cut it thinner.
Cut the ham thinner, boys.
I heard on Fred Harvey's deathbed that there's conflicting quotes. That some say he said, cut the ham thinner, or don't cut the ham thinner.
I'm not exactly familiar with that,
Okay.
but the portions of the Fred Harvey dinners,
Were they generous or were they
very
mean?
generous, very generous. So my bet is he said, don't cut the ham thinner.
Don't cut the ham thinner. So have you done like a road trip?
Yes. My husband likes to go and do and see. And if I promise lunch, Starbucks, and a pony, he's in.
Okay, all right. What's kind of the last thing you want people to know about the Harvey Houses, Harvey Girls, Fred Harvey? Why should the Mexicans care?
Well, it is a huge part of civilizing the West,
Sure.
really. And again, opened up wonderful opportunities for women at that time period.
Yeah.
And they were very well respected, very well thought of. Otherwise, they would have just kind of been stuck until, 1920. We didn't even have the right to vote, which is
Sure.
1920.
Oh, so you would say Fred Harvey was kind of like an early feminist?
I would think so.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and sharing with us about Harvey Girls. I think this is the most I've ever learned in a Nite School episode. I kind of need a nap now to reset my brain. But no, this was great. Thank you so much, Marty.
Very, very well. It was my pleasure.
Chano and I were looking downtown. We heard there was a Harvey Girls mural. We haven't found it yet, but we did find the burial place for all the Harvey Girls. There's a big tomb under the train station. Chano, is that true?
No, that's the bus station.
Oh, Chano.
Yeah.
Look. He's got a train conductor hat.
The oil rig is there too. That might be an oil man.
Chano, look. There they are. And the moronic officials destroy historic landmark. Marty was right. She was right about all of it. She knew about everything. Just like Marty said. It's just like Marty described. I feel like I learned so much this episode. I learned about the Harvey Houses, the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe Railroad line, and of course, most importantly, the Harvey Girls. Come downtown, go check out the Harvey Houses. You can still go to the Castañeda. You can go down to Belen. Please check out the Harvey House Museum in Belen. We want to give a special shout out to Marty and all those Harvey Girls still working at the Harvey House today. Antonio and Anthony, signing out.
And this is a good release for me.
Yeah.
Because my family and friends, I talk about this so much. They roll their eyes kind of glass over. Oh gosh, there she goes again.
Precious liquid oil.
God bless you. Allergic to oil.
I plan to drill out all the oil.
It's oil here.
We can put that in our bloopers.
So you're positive you're not a Harvey Girl ghost, Marty?
I am not. I am flesh and blood. But I think in a previous life, I was a coffee cook.
Is this the coffee maker that they... Marty! Marty! Okay, you know what, Chano? Great interview. Let's go. Let's get at it.